Hey, what's up, guys? This is Mr. Wilmer here. Well, as I mentioned before, we're in an intensive course in Microsoft Excel. And we're gonna try to move fast. This week, we're gonna start with the functions. Functions is the main feature of Microsoft Excel. This is what makes Excel so useful at work, at school, at the college, university. Gonna make, you're gonna help you a lot. So we're gonna start. Gonna open my Excel here, and this is what we're gonna be working on. You can see it's a small table is like an invoice, a factura of a company, and here I'm using all the possible functions. On this video tutorial, we're gonna learn the addition function, subtraction, multiplication, and division. We're gonna learn these four functions on, well, as I wrote on Moodle, on Moodle, we have a golden rule that every function starts with the equal sign. So first, before we start with our table, I'm gonna make a small exercise here. I've had 10, I have 15. Okay, I'm gonna do a small exercise here, an example for each of these. On the first one, I'm gonna add these two numbers. So as I mentioned on Moodle, we have a golden rule for every function, and that is we always start with the equal sign. So I start with my equal sign. When you type in the equal sign, you're telling Excel that you're about to write a function. Okay, later, each function has a name. We have up here, we have this formula bar or function bar that if you click here on this insert function, you're gonna have this small box. Look, on this window, you're gonna have all the categories of the possible functions you can add in Microsoft Excel. Let's see, I'm gonna look for math. Here we have all the options. Look, the one I'm gonna look for right now is for the addition. Well, in my case, I have Excel in Spanish. That's why I have Suma. So this is the name of the function for addition. Now click accept. I'm gonna see here number one, number two, number one, gonna be this one. You can see E21 equals 10. You study in math or physics, x equals 10. We can do this. We can use that example here. E21 equals 10. And number two, F21 equals 15. So we click accept, and you're gonna see here the answer. Let them here answer. Okay, and the same for, well, subtraction is a difference, so I'm gonna show you later. Then we have full multiplication. We do the same with the equal sign. We can start. You can look for the function with the window. Well, you can even try here, add what you wanna do. I'm gonna show you a possible functions. In this case, the function is producto. I don't always need to click here. If you already know the function, you can just write it here. After you write the function, use the parentheses, you open parentheses. You can see here the syntax of this function. So we have number one is this one. Later, you're gonna see that here in the function, we have to divide it with commas. So you add a comma. Later, you add number two. If you wanna add another number, you add a comma. But in this case, I'm not adding numbers. So I'm just multiplying these two. So I close parentheses and press enter. You can see now I have my answers here. Okay, I'm gonna show you another possibility of creating the functions. These four functions are some basic functions in math. You don't need to add a name to make an addition. You can simply select the numbers and add the plus sign, select both numbers and click enter. And you can see it's the same thing. Okay, I'm gonna show you another example here. What about if I want to add them like this? 10 plus 15. You can see I'm adding these two numbers. That's unified. But what will happen if I change one of these ones? Let's see what happened. You can see these ones update by themselves and these ones stay the same. That's because I'm using solid numbers. And this one, well, I'm using the cells. Just not variables, E21 will equals 50 now. So that's why. So you can be changing this and you're gonna see numbers will change by itself. They will add by itself. That's a good thing on Microsoft Excel. Calculations are automatic. Okay, next with multiplication, we can do exactly the same. We select the number, the multiplication sign, and the second number, and you can see here. Okay, subtraction and division are some special functions because they don't have a name. You cannot find these functions, you cannot find them in the function window. This one you have to do them with the operators. For example, the plus. For subtraction, you have to add the minus. You can see, here's my subtraction. You can see I can change this. You're gonna update by itself. Okay, and division is the same thing. You have to do an operation with the sign, with the division sign. So I select the first number, click divide, the number 2. Well, this is the division sign here in the computer in Excel. So you press enter, and there you have the answer. You can see, gonna update by itself. Okay, this is an example, a small explanation of what are functions. We're learning the 4 basic functions, and with this, we're gonna start doing this example here. So I'm gonna copy this. Well, you have to do it. You already know how to do tables, right? Just a small reminder on how I create a table. See, I'm gonna erase this. Here I have my table. I resize the columns as I wish. Your choice. I select them, and I just simply use the borders here. I'm gonna add all the borders. So let's see, I'm gonna start filling with the information, description. Well, I'm gonna use the same things here. I don't wanna make the tutorial so long. Oops, sorry for that, guys. Just paste in here. I'm gonna remove this because I need to explain this. Okay, you can see before I had it with the currency, right? I had the Lempira sign. This is a number, that's fine, it's okay like the way it is, but this one I needed with the Lempira sign or the dollar sign. You can select the cells, and here, well, it's number, the word, the block, it's number. You have this option here, look, that's the format. And here you select general, number, currency, accounting, you want a date, percentage, fraction, well, and so on. I think that if you have it in English, you're gonna have the dollar sign here. So you have to click on more formats. Here you're gonna have this box. You can select currency or accounting. You choose the way you want. I'm gonna be using accounting, and here you select the symbol. Look, so you have to scroll down until you find the L for Lempira, and it's right here. Look, L Spanish Honduras. Here you select the decimal points, the decimals. Too, it's okay. I'm gonna leave it that way. Look. Okay, so we're gonna start with the functions. Okay, tax. Tax will be the 12% of the price. So let's see, we're gonna add the equal sign. Gonna select the price column times. You have two options. You have the 12% like this, exactly the way it is. You're gonna have the answer correct. Or the other way is, as you already know, you're learning math, 12% in numbers is 0.12. So you can see I had exactly the same size. Okay, here's a small tip, a small trick for saving time. Instead of adding one by one like this and adding the function now the cells, or you can simply copy paste this. And you're gonna notice here in Excel, you're gonna up here, I'm gonna go down. You can see the cell changes by itself. Look, if you copy, say it changes by itself. This is our relative cells. If you scroll down, that's a relative cell. What about if you want a solid cell? You have to add some, sorry for that. You have to add the dollar signs on this. Well, I'm not getting into this week. I'm just with the functions. Later, the shipping. Shipping will be that 1% of this. You can 1%. Look, it's nice. Another trick, instead of copy pasting this, you have a small box here. Well, a small square. You can click and scroll. And I see you have it there. Okay, and here's the tricky part. We're gonna start with our function. This function will be the quantity times the price plus the tax plus the shipping. So let's see what happened here. Should be 11, well, D5 times E5 plus F5 plus G5. Now, the function is partly correct. We have a small mistake here. And that's because if you're learning math, if you listen about pandas, well, you have to apply the same concept here in Excel. So these two numbers, which are the quantity times the price, should be in parentheses. Just the way it is, you press enter, and you see we have our things here. Okay, later here's the subtotal, here's the discount, and here's the grand total. Okay, but I think I have another mistake here. I remember right now. Okay, it's the quantity times the price plus the tax times the shipping times the quantity. So we have to add another parenthesis here. Look, I told you it was a little bit tricky. So look the way I have it here. In parentheses, D5 times E5, we close parentheses times the tax plus G5 times D5 in parentheses. We press enter. We're gonna update this. That's it. That now is correct. Subtotal is the addition of this. We have a small we have how do you say this? A shortcut for the addition function, and this is up here. Look, the auto sum. You click here, you simply select, and you can see we have it right here. Discount will be let's see 7% of this, just to, oops, that's 7, it's 0.7, or you can add it like this, 7%, that's fine. And the grand total, well, simple, subtotal minus discount, really simple, and that's it. Look, now the final unit price. On this one, we're gonna apply the division function. Well, actually, we have to do it by dividing the total divided by the quantity. And you're gonna see now is the final unit price. You can see this final unit price, it's higher than this one. That's because we added the shipping and we added the tax. So that's why, and this one's the real final unit price. Okay, I think we're almost done. The only thing I'm gonna ask you is to format the table. Don't make it look so simple. I would prefer you to format it this way. It's a nicer look of your table. Okay, and that's it. Look, really simple. Another GIF of 10 points. This is simple, guys. You're applying the 4 basic functions here. Now that video tutorial is kind of long, but well, I told you it's an intensive course. That's all for this week, guys. See you online.